What's going on, folks? How you feeling out there, world? Just want to talk about something that I think is important right now. You know, a lot of people might say, Kevin, you should be talking about the presidential debate. I really don't care about that right now. You know what I'm saying? Because despite who wins the debate, you know, it doesn't determine the outcome of who's going to win the race or whatnot. We all know, you know, quiet is kept, that our presidents be full of bullshit. They feed you all this shit to get in office, and they do some of what they're talking about. You know, there's nobody who got in there and did everything that they were supposed to do, but that's irrelevant. I want to talk about something that I think is more important, because this is what's happening every day. You got this 14-year-old girl right here who had a baby and killed her baby, strangled her baby to death. You know, that's important shit that we need to try to focus on. We need to clean up, because first of all, this child that she killed, she's a child, but she killed a baby that didn't ask to be here at all. You know, if she would have kept her fucking legs closed or wore protection, she probably wouldn't be pregnant. Or if her parents would have did their job. I don't know this girl's background, but fact of the matter is, she was fucking, she had a baby, and she killed her baby. Now, that puts me in an odd situation, because I got a lot of love for kids and all that. I understand that they make mistakes by like getting pregnant, but then again, killing your child. You know, you had your mom and your dad. So why couldn't this parent have at least their mom, or at least their dad, or their mom and their dad? You know, I think that's some bullshit right there. She's being tried as an adult. You know, she's going to jail for first-degree murder. You know, that's probably a good thing, because you was old enough to have sex. You was old enough to kill that baby, so you old enough to do that fucking time for doing that crime. You know, this is stuff that we need to talk about, we need to highlight, folks, because there's somebody right now that's 14, younger, or a little older, debating on if they should get rid of their baby, like give it up for adoption or kill it or something like that. You get that baby up for adoption if you can't handle it. You know, that's the way I was brought up. You know, you had a baby, you can't kill a baby. You just can't do it. The baby's right here. How could you kill a baby breathing, looking at you, crying, smelling good, looking probably just like you? That's some bullshit. But that's the stuff we need to talk about. So links in the description box. You can check it out for yourself. Leave comments on what you think should happen to this little girl. And just state your opinion. I'm getting out of here and I'm enjoying the rest of my day. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, please. Watch some of my older videos. Other than that, have a good one. Deuces.